1. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. 2. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. 3. Only two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the former. 4. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. 5. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. 6. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. 7. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. 8. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. 9. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. 10. It is a miracle that curiosity survives formal education. 11. The gift of fantasy has meant more to me than my talent for absorbing positive knowledge. 12. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. 13. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. 14. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. 15. Imagination is more important than knowledge. 16. Information is not knowledge. 17. Knowledge of what is does not open the door directly to what should be. 18. The only source of knowledge is experience. 19. There is no logical way to the discovery of these elemental laws. There is only the way of intuition, which is helped by a feeling for the order lying behind the appearance. 20. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. 21. Science is a wonderful thing if one does not have to earn one's living at it. 22. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. 23. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle, requires creative imagination and marks real advance in science. 24. A question that sometimes drives me hazy. Am I or are the others crazy? 25. The grand aim of all science is to cover the greatest number of empirical facts by logical deduction from the smallest number of hypotheses or axioms. 26. All religions, arts and sciences are branches of the same tree. 27. All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded the individual. 28. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. 29. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. 30. Nationalism is an infantile disease. It is the measles of mankind. 31. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. 32. The man of science is a poor philosopher. 33. The process of scientific discovery is, in effect, a continual flight from wonder. 34. The whole of science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking. 35. My religion consists of a humble admiration of the illimitable superior spirit who reveals himself in the slight details we are able to perceive with our frail and feeble mind. 36. I am a deeply religious non-believer. This is a somewhat new kind of religion. 37. It stands to the everlasting credit of science that by acting on the human mind it has overcome man's insecurity before himself and before nature. 38. Most of the fundamental ideas of science are essentially simple, and may, as a rule, be expressed in a language comprehensible to everyone. 39. One strength of the communist system of the East is that it has some of the character of a religion and inspires the emotions of a religion. 40. Most people say that it is the intellect which makes a great scientist. They are wrong. It is character. 41. Concern for man and his fate must always form the chief interest of all technical endeavors. Never forget this in the midst of your diagrams and equations. 42. Politics is for the present, but an equation is for eternity. 43. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. 44. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. 45. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. 46. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. 47. I shall never believe that God plays dice with the world. 48. God does not play dice. 47. I shall never believe that God plays dice with the world. 48. God does not play dice. 51. That deep emotional conviction of the presence of a superior reasoning power, which is revealed in the incomprehensible universe, forms my idea of God. 52. God may be subtle, but he isn't plain mean. 53. I want to know all God's thoughts, all the rest are just details. 54. God always takes the simplest way. 55. Morality is of the highest importance, but for us, not for God. 56. Force always attracts men of low morality. 57. Before God we are all equally wise, and equally foolish. 58. When the solution is simple, God is answering. 59. People love chopping wood. In this activity one immediately sees results. 60. Love is a better teacher than duty. 61. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. 62. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. 63. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. 64. I love to travel, but hate to arrive. 65. Any man who can drive safely while kissing a pretty girl is simply not giving the kiss the attention it deserves. 66. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. 67. Our task must be to free ourselves by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and its beauty. 68. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. 69. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. 70. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. 71. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. 72. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. 73. He who joyfully marches to music in rank and file has already earned my contempt. He has been given a large brain by mistake, since for him the spinal cord would suffice. 74. Joy in looking and comprehending is nature's most beautiful gift. 75. As far as the laws of mathematics refer to reality, they are not certain, and as far as they are certain, they do not refer to reality. 76. Never lose a holy curiosity. 77. Reading, after a certain age, diverts the mind too much from its creative pursuits. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. 78. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. 79. When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity. 80. I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination.